Here's the issue with any real arguments around court packing by the Democrats when they get back in power. They don't consider the fact we need an amendment, or multiple. The Third Amendment lays out that judges are on the court for life. That needs to change, whether through term or through age limits. Either one is necessary. You then add in the fact that we have to consider Republicans are going to use those tools unless we put a hard cap on the number of justices as well. That would be required as well in an amendment, because otherwise it's just going to be a tit for tat. Democrats put a bunch of people in. Guess what? Next regime, Republicans put more justices in to equal it out. It just becomes a over-bloated form of Congress, and no one wants that. No one wants that. That doesn't fix it. Now, I've heard proposals about repealing a lot of the Supreme Court's powers and transferring that to a new appeals court, which I would be in favor of. We also need to expand the number of circuit courts in this country, just like how we have to expand the number of House of Representatives members. Both of those things need to be done. But we need to talk with nuance and not just a buzzword that we hear or a catchphrase. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a cool phrase. You gotta dig into this shit, because when we don't look at the nuance, we end up in situations that help the Republicans. The Republicans want us to get rid of the filibuster. Why? So that when they get back in charge, they can fuck us over entirely. Filibuster saved our ass a lot. A lot. Maybe you don't think it has saved us a lot. But if we're going to talk about judicial reform, we have to do it in a nuanced conversation and not in a way where it's just a bunch of buzzwords and catchphrases with a good intention, but very flawed execution. Also, you referred that Biden should have done this after the 2024 ruling. He couldn't, because he would need an act of Congress to expand the court, and he lost the House in 22. Biden couldn't do this. This is a fundamental misunderstanding a lot of people have when it comes to Biden's government. He didn't have the House for half of his term. And people talk about, oh, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. He was struggling to get by because he had a bunch of fucking corporate Democrats who were mad he was taking even moderate stances on shit. The fact he was getting actual progressive stuff through. So when people bring up Biden, all Biden had to do was this, or all Biden had to do with that, with like Roe v. Wade or affirmative action, it's like, first off, no one thought this would happen. And second, when it did, he didn't have the political capital to do that, because he also had to rebuild the fucking country.